As long as I've owned my Honda CT90, it's always burnt quite a lot of oil. Okay, now it really is smoking, isn't it? So let's take apart the top end and see if we can find out why. When I went home for Christmas, I didn't just bring presents and booze, I also brought a Honda 90 engine. We decided to take the top end apart, lap the valves, and replace any gaskets and seals we came across. That's pretty good. Tiny, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It all looks good. Just catch the gaskets and whatnot.
Yeah, if you see any O-rings that aren't there, shout.
Well,
that one's there.
Yeah, that one. Just remember where it is, where it went. Looks like a new piston as well.
I think Stuart said it is.
Ah.
So that's a bit of deposit on it, but then burning oil, it will. It's like a seasoned pan, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got new ones of these, of course, this sort of thing. Might as well put those on. Gasket looks new.
Yeah.
It's got about 130 psi cold, kicking out with compression, which isn't amazing, but isn't terrible.
No.
If the valves aren't quite lapped in or something else like that, you could lose a bit of compression there, because it's not necessarily just blow by with the rings.
No. Well, if it's burning oil, the only other thing you've got maybe has it broken a ring putting it together.
Yeah, true.
And it's one of those things you'll never know unless you know.
Yeah.
And then you'll break it, put
it
it back on.
Well, yeah, true.
That's good.
That's good, isn't it? It's coming.
Get the bits of rings out as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, probably best that we know now for that, isn't it?
Yeah.
If that's the case.
Because you can rule it out then, can't you?
Yeah.
Great.
The rings look... From this angle, at least they look alright.
Yeah.
They look alright, don't they?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's got to be new, hasn't it? There's no way that's not.
I mean, we can... they're all... Those two, the gap is in the same place normally.
You don't want that.
Spread it out.
Yeah. We've got 3 rings. You normally put the gaps at, like a Mercedes-Benz, don't you? Like a...
Yeah.
120 degrees apart.
Looks pretty good.
And that's onto the valve, and then that should, there's like a little recess bit that should sit across there. It should all tighten up somewhat. There's one. Yeah, in there. That'll do. Yeah, do that. That's right, yeah. There you go. Put that box in there, I think. This is the inlet side, so there's no valve stem seal here, is there? Whereas the exhaust side, we've got this new one.
Happy day. That's like...
Yeah, it looks really good, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
So where's this oil burning then, I wonder? Unless it's the stem seal.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, that looks a pretty good surface, really.
It does really, doesn't it? That's very strange.
Yeah.
Unless the exhaust valve's under the story, it better be surprising.
Yeah.
Rotating it around, it looks really good. Which this is the inlet valve, so who knows what the exhaust valve will look like, but it's almost annoying because if the valves are both that good and we can't find anything else wrong with it, then why is it burning oil? There's got to be something, isn't there? So it's kind of annoying when you can see the symptoms of something but you can't find the cause. So I'm kind of hoping that the exhaust valve isn't as well seated and we can lap it in a bit, and then fingers crossed things will run a lot better. So we've got the inlet valve out, suppose the outlet valve in. Now I'm going to try and have a look at the exhaust valve, and so you kind of need 5 sets of hands. So there we go. So if we can get that to sit on the valve there, this just needs to close down to there. I'll just bring you over here. You should then be able to see we've got those little collets there and the valves that hold the spring, or the top of the spring, onto the valve. I'm going to take those off. Alright, so now that's off, we can inspect some of these bits here. So we've got the inner and outer springs, that's all good. Got the top here, keeps the spring and the inner spring pushed down together. And then we should have a little collar down here with a lower bit on it. Now this isn't on the inlet side. Have a little collar here. Underneath that sits a tiny little rubber seal called the valve stem seal. A lot of bikes have this on the inlet and the outlet. That's okay. That's you can see a bit of copperiness on that. That looks like it is a bit worn. So it wouldn't hurt to put a new one of those on anyway. Otherwise, again, the whole thing looks not terrible this side. Let's have a look. If we flip it over without losing everything, pull this valve out. And again, I mean, there's some carbon deposits now, but there's plenty of shiny stuff on that surface where it's mated up against the valve. So it doesn't look as good as the inlet, I must say. It's hardly surprising. You know, this is where all the burnt stuff goes, so you will get carbon buildup. But yeah, maybe there's enough to suggest that this is where the oil burning is happening. Right, so here I've got a proper Honda, brand new valve stem seal. And I might as well clean this valve while we're at it, reseat it, got a bit of grinding paste, that sort of thing, and see if we can't clean all this gunk up while we're at it. And yeah, that should help. There's some paste on it. Not loads, but probably like polish, you don't want too much, do you?
No.
Okay, it's going. There we go. I'll rotate it round a bit further. Doesn't grip very well, does it?
No. No, it doesn't actually. A bit better as a something to tune it with.
Hmm?
Not be any better. That ought to be alright, like that, isn't it?
Yeah. Then it's a quick go with the fine paste. Looks pretty shiny anyway.
What are you chewing that for? Oh, Hetty. You are nothing short of a liability in this space. And I've given you the benefit of the doubt, right, of coming in here with us.
What you got?
Piece of sandpaper.
Oh,
Come on.
that'll sort her out.
Come on. I'll just take it back.
Yeah. Tubes are washed out. Valves back in. Right, that's all sat back together as per the diagram. That's good, I think. Right, so I got my replacement gaskets, which I might as well use while we're at it. Line these up. I'll start putting this back together now. I've got the valves back in, everything's all cleaned up. Nothing obvious wrong with it, but yeah, so here we go. It might just be reseating the valves, that new stem seal, that could help the oil burning. Certainly can't hurt. So let's have a look at it, see how it goes, and get it all back together. Right, so here's the bottom of the barrel. I've just took the whole old gasket off, cleaned it all up, cleaned the surface up, and cleaned out the oil passages with a bit of WD-40. So I think that's ready to go back on. Ah, yes, shifting a bit now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Try and grab it with my thumb. Ah, come on. Almost there. Push it on with that. and then try to lose this gasket on the top of here. Doesn't really matter, but nice and gently we are on. So that's the cylinder head on, and now I can put my camshaft on as well. Put my top bit on, new gasket on there as well. So I've just checked with my alignment of the top sprocket here with holding it at the top dead center, and this is about right. Certainly one tooth either way is definitely wrong, so this has got to be right. And then I'm going to go in, I believe, with the lugs facing downwards. I'll double check in the manual, but that's normally how we would want to do it.